Minasan konnichiwa, it's me, Shogo.
And Harumi.
Guys, can you take a look at the screen? I'm not too sure. Maybe if you're just listening to this, you might not be able to see the screen. But for those of you who are watching on YouTube, that's right. You can see a Maiko dancing. That's nice. So we actually, I think, did you make a post about it already on Instagram? Not yet?
Not yet.
I've already made a post,
repost.
Oh, my post? Yeah.
Not repost. I just shared on my story.
Story? Yeah. That's right.
And one little story too.
Cool. Exactly. So the other day, you guys remember that we worked with this new reservation website called Wabunka. Wabunka literally means Japanese culture, by the way, in Japanese. But they're actually a really authentic reservation site for activities in Japan related to Japanese traditional culture. We talked about this in the first video we posted in 2025 on Let's Ask Shogo, talking about the things we want to do this year. And one of the things we wanted to do is go to the activities that are posted, shared on Wabunka, because the activities that are shared on Wabunka are absolutely the best, the most authentic, because their standards of if the activity can be posted on the website or not are actually quite strict. Yeah. A very high standard if they can be posted there. So the activities tend to be very luxurious, and it's different from the popular reservation sites like TripAdvisor, Airbnb, places where people, if they just if they want to, they can make their activity posted on there. Well, recently with Airbnb, it's a little bit troublesome, but we'll put that aside for now. Yeah, so Wabunka really is focused on culture activities. Only, not excluding all the other ones. So if you're really looking for like a Japanese traditional culture related activity, Wabunka is a great place to look for. And we really want to have like our activities that we run to be on the website too. At the moment, we have our affiliate link. So there's a Let's Ask Shogo affiliate link with Wabunka, so we work with them. Yep. So I guess this podcast will have to be a paid promotion kind of thing too, because they basically invited us to this event.
Yes.
So as you can see the Maiko dancing. This place is beautiful, by the way, but it's called Fortune Garden Kyoto. It's the venue where my Harumi and I had our wedding together.
Yes.
I was just about to say my wife, because I was tend to explain it when I'm on my own. I tend to explain it that way. Yeah. We had our wedding in Fortune Garden. That's 7 years ago now. Yeah, it was when Hinata was still in Harumi's belly.
Yeah.
So it was about 7 years ago, actually. That's the timing we had our wedding here at this facility. It's beautiful building, as you guys can see here. And this was a room that we haven't been into before. Yeah, we probably didn't use it even for the waiting room for the guests.
No.
Yeah, right? So this was a new place that we went to in the facility, but it was also very beautiful. As you can see the garden in the back. There's actually a huge door with huge windows, and on the outside there's actually a pond. And there's a small bamboo garden, I guess you can say. For those of you who are not taking a look at the screen at the moment, and the room itself is not completely Japanese style. It's more of a Western style room, but it's very fancy, luxurious, beautiful room. And there's a couple of, in Japanese we would call them goza, which is kind of like the surface of the time mats. There's 3 of them lined up, and the Maiko's dancing on those tatami mats. No, it's for tatami mats. It's a bit too thin. Real tatami mats are a little bit thicker. Yeah, they have to be thicker. Yeah, this is probably just the surface, and it's wrapped. So we call these a goza.
Oh, okay.
All right. So this is actually one of the activities that are posted on Wabunka. So if you want to go to this activity too, you can. You get to dine here at one of these rooms in Fortune Garden. We did the lunch dining. Basically, it was from 1 to 3. So we were invited by Wabunka to take part in with 3 other. Well, they're not completely influencers. 2 of them were influencers, content creators, and one gentleman was more of a journalist, I guess, kind of. Yeah, he has his own media. Japan Food Tours, was it? Food Guide? Japan Food Guide. Yeah, we need to take a look again. But there were a couple of other people who were invited together. but we had lunch together. We met for the first time. Of course, we didn't know each other at all, but yeah, they were amazing people. Yeah, they were really fun to talk with, and the food was actually shabu shabu on the day we went. Not too sure if it's always that same course, but pretty sure it's seasonal, so it'll be different. But there was actually this small bar counter right next to our table where we were having the dishes, and it was amazing. It was a really, really fun experience. You're about to say, honey?
I want to say that I went to the website to see the pictures. I think it's almost same.
Yeah. Guys, you can jump to the website too, by the way. It's
shabu
in the
shabu.
pinned comment or in the description box. So
Beautiful
go ahead and take
pictures.
a look. But yeah, so this Maiko san that we met on this day, she debuted just 2 months ago, she said, in April. Yeah, so it was just 2 months after she debuted as a Maiko. So if you guys have been watching my videos and such, you know that usually Maikos would start their training when they're 15. And for an year, they would work as a shikomi-san. Shikomi-san became very, very well known after the manga. Was it drama? Was it a manga or a drama originally? Was it a manga originally? Yeah, Shikomi-san was literally the name of the manga, wasn't it?
No,
what was it again? There's a story about the shikomi-san where, you're under preparation. Oh, no. It's the makanai. It's the makanai. Yeah, it's the makanai. It's a different lady that's in charge of making the dish, making the food for the Maikos. Sorry.
Inside the manga, there is a shikomi-san.
Yeah. They talk about the shikomi-san too. Please let us know in the comments if you ever read that manga before, by the way. Yeah, makanai-san. That's right. Makanai means talking about the food that the people would eat. So the people who are in charge of making those dishes would be called the makanai-san. And the shikomi-san are like the first year Maikos. Basically, they're not Maikos, to be honest. Yeah. So the first year of training before they become a Maiko. So they first learn how to do the house chores, how to wear a kimono, how to fold them. And basically for an year, you take care of your older sister Maikos. Yeah, carrying their luggage, and learning the Kyoto dialect and all that kind of stuff. And after an year, on average, you would debut on springtime. And you become a Maiko. So she just very recently debuted. So she said she was 16 years old. And she came from, by the way, her name, by the way, is Kanayumi-san. Yeah, Kanayumi-san. The first part of their name, like, for example, Kana or Ko or what else do you know? Any other? It's kind of like a mame. Yeah, it's kind of like a last name, basically. So it depends on who gave you your name. Yeah, so the last part of the name is originally for you, but the first half is kind of like your last name in the Maiko geiko world. So she has a Kana Yumi. I've heard of Kana, many other Kana names for Kana. I think I've seen a Kana Nagisa. Yeah, kind of like, I don't know how you would read it, kind of Nagi maybe. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, but I've seen a lot of other someone before, but she's one of the Kana families, I guess you could say. Yeah, and she said she was originally from the Kyushu area. Where did she say? Nagasaki, I think. Yeah, right next to Fukuoka, where Harumi is from. Yeah, right next to Fukuoka Prefecture in Nagasaki. So that's the Kyushu area, the southernmost area in Japan. Yeah, and. Basically the reason why we know all about this is because after she did the dance for us, we were able to ask her a lot of questions. Of course, Hanmi was very curious about her kimono and all that kind of stuff too. Oh yeah, and she's also from Miyagawa-cho.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's the 5 districts, Maiko geiko districts, and she was from the Miyagawa city. And what's great about the Miyagawa city, by the way, guys, is that each city has their different ryuha styles in the instruments and the dancing and so on and so forth. All the trainings, the tea ceremony, all the trainings that they do. And Miyagawa-cho's, Nihon Buyo's ryuha, the style is Wakayagi-ryu, which is exactly the same ryuha that Harumi does.
Yes.
So has been doing for 5 years now? On your 6th year, you said? 6, 7 years?
No, it's my 5th year.
And your 5th year, so 4 full years.
4 years, yeah.
Amazing. So Harumi was able to kind of see, of course, especially the Gion Kota, the second.
But actually, it's different.
It's strictly speaking a little different.
Same family. Originally.
Yeah.
It's the same family, but they have different ryuha now. So.
Yeah. Kind of branched out, right?
Yeah, branched out.
Happens all the time. Happens all the time. That's what a lot of ryuha styles. But when things, isn't always very comfortable. Yeah, sometimes ryuha styles tend to branch out and such, but the roots are the same though. Yeah, that's right. So that was another good thing about Miyagawa-cho. one of the other Maiko, she is currently now a geiko now, but that appeared on Let's Ask Shogo during the COVID pandemic. We had Kazu there. I think Tomoko was there too at that time, but her name is Kawaki-san, and she was also from Miyagawa-cho too. So we just happened to have a very deep relation. Well, not deep relationship, but we just have to, by coincidence, we often meet Maiko from Miyagawa-cho. But yeah. So both of the Maikos that we met through these activities, I guess we could say, were from Miyagawa-cho. So it's really interesting. Yeah,
I used to go to the Tento,
yeah,
the New Year party.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
I have some posts on my Instagram account.
Yeah, Maiko's often come there too, right?
Yeah.
I remember you taking pictures with them. Can you tell everyone more about what that event is about? Like who runs it and who comes there, who joins?
Oh yeah, it's held by a kimono shop in Shiga Prefecture. The Shiga Prefecture is this side of the Kyoto. Really
side of Kyoto, east side, right? Yeah.
East side of the Kyoto. And really close to just two stations from Kyoto Station.
Okay.
Yeah, really close, and I really love that kimono shop. So you often go there.
Yeah,
and
you do go often. Yeah.
Yeah, and that kimono shop Tento held this New Year party kind of thing. Yeah, and then they will have Maiko and geiko in the party, and all the customers usually go to the shop, but can join the party.
Okay.
Yeah, and I saw the Miyagawa-cho's Maiko and geiko too at that time.
Nice.
So I kind of really familiar with her dance. Yeah, and I think I saw 2 or 3 times of her dance, so I remember the movements.
Okay.
So it was really interesting that every figure, the dancing is really different. And what I saw last time, I think it was geiko.
Okay.
And this time it's Maiko. And the dance they do is really different. Like
that's right.
The feelings and the vibes is a little bit different. So Maiko would be the younger.
Yeah, exactly.
Feel very younger and cute, pretty. And geiko is like more not adult, like mature kind of. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, that's right. No, that's
really
the
interesting
whole point of Maikos and geikos, you know. So that's right. So, as you can see, maybe you're seeing this, but there's a few other people. There was actually a guide there too, and she will be doing the interpretation for you. Yeah. And if you're not seeing it, you might be able to see, even if you're not seeing it, you can just keep in mind that there's someone that's going to be doing the interpretation for you. The members that were here on this day mostly can speak Japanese, to be honest. So the interpretation was like sometimes needed, sometimes not kind of thing. But yeah, it was really nice, though, being able to meet her, talking about the different parts of her kimonos that we were saying earlier, too, and such. So it was a really nice experience.
I felt like the Kanayumi-san knows a little English.
Okay.
Because when we speak in English, she has some like response.
Reaction.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe.
Or when we ask something and the interpreter still haven't the translate for her, but she already preparing the obi or preparing for the kanzashi or something.
Maybe she just picked up a couple of words, maybe not completely understand everything.
Oh.
But, I mean, like we would say obi, so maybe she was like, oh, maybe they're talking about obi. She was probably preparing in advance. But yeah, it's her attitude, or what should I say, her mindset of being ready for what's coming next is really, really Maiko-like.
Professional.
Yeah, very professional. Yeah, she's probably very well trained for that too. So yeah, that's right. So yeah, so it was a really fun experience. I think a lot of people, when I made the post on Instagram, there were some people who were saying that, being able to see a Maiko, I've like heard that, if you're like a first time guest, Ichigen-san kotowari kind of thing we would say in Japanese. Yeah, like first time guests aren't able to see the Maikos, but like there are certain what should I say, activities, dinner parties that are done only for, such people who really have, deep relationships with the cities or certain tea houses, we go kolchaya and such. But, unless it's like a really official formal type of, geiko maiko dinner party, these kind of, events where they would come like the Tento-sans, right? The kimono shops, New Year's party kind of thing. They would be able to invite Maiko too. Yeah, so it's not that difficult to actually meet Geiko and Maiko in Kyoto, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that like Wabunka-san and also Tento-san too, that they had the relationship with the Ochaya-san or the Okiya-san.
Exactly.
So they can invite Maiko, Geiko. That we can attend to their party to meet them. Yeah, but you cannot suddenly go to the Okiya or Ochaya.
Yeah, you can't go and talk with the mothers. That's right.
Not using, but to their trust. To meet them.
Exactly. Yeah, and we were talking a lot about the other guests, I guess, that were there. They said it was like almost their first time meeting a Maiko because they don't live in Kyoto. Like for me and Harumi, we always, we see them very often though. It's not like a completely new experience for us. So we were letting the others ask more questions such. Yeah, but from some of the questions, there were some interesting stories. I think we can share those before we end today's podcast. But first of all, if you remember any, you can share some too. But the first thing is the difference between geishas and geiko.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a lot of people, I've talked about this so many times on videos and such, and a lot of people still misunderstand. But the word Maiko and geiko, these are actually already brands of Kyoto. So Maiko and geiko are only the entertainers, traditional entertainers, these style entertainers that are trained in Kyoto. Yeah, so there's actually different other traditional style, entertainers like them that are outside of Kyoto. Yeah, like even in the Kyushu area, there are some geishas in Tokyo and geishas. The under-trained entertainers would not be called Maiko outside of Kyoto. They would be called hangyoku, which means half, not Gyoku literally means ball, but gyoku means like treasure kind of thing. So like half treasure, so you're like still under trained. So you're not like a full treasure yet. Yeah, like gyoku can mean like a jewel or treasure. Yeah, so you're half. And then once you're fully trained, then you become a geisha outside of Kyoto.
Yeah.
However, the huge difference a lot of people don't understand is that this very strict system of having to start their training at 15, and the 5 years of very strict training, first year of Shikomi-san, 5 years until like 2021, so years of training, then finally become a geiko, and having to live inside the okiya together with the other sisters and your mother, well, not actual mother, but the Maiko girl's mother and sisters, and not being able to own a cell phone, not being able to work until like really late, like midnight or 1 a.m. These traditions are only brought down in Kyoto.
Oh.
So that's the reason why the Maiko and Geiko brands are really expensive and important. Because the geisha, hangyoku and geishas outside of Kyoto have very different rules. Oh. Sometimes, like on year 1, you can immediately call yourself a geisha.
Really?
And start working.
Oh, I didn't know
It
that.
really depends. Yeah. So
depends on the not okiya, but the house.
Only in Kyoto it's that strict.
Sorry.
Yes, it's only in Kyoto that it's really strict. So that's the reason why people in Kyoto do not like being called geisha. Because, we are geiko. We went through all of that. So please don't just call us like the same as the other people outside. Because sometimes, like, again, as I said, they could just do 1 year of training. They can immediately become a geisha kind of thing. Yeah, so it's different. And you don't even have to live in the house together with the other people. And you can just be living in your house and then coming to training like a normal person would, practice whatever art, So it's very, very different. The strictness is completely different. The level of their art is different. Your seriousness is different. Yeah, so that's a huge point that people, especially in Kyoto, want more people overseas to understand.
Yeah.
The big difference between Maiko, Geiko, and Hangyoku. Hangyoku, I mean, no one talks about Hangyoku.
Yeah.
Everyone is called a Maiko, but that's not correct. Yeah, so it's Hangyoku and geisha. And it's not just preference. There's a distinct difference between these terms. So it's really important to separate them completely.
Yeah, please say geiko and Maiko.
Yeah, exactly.
In Kyoto?
In Kyoto, it'd be great if you can do that. It'd be very respectful because what they go through is completely different.
Yeah, but I don't know why, but geisha is more not popular, famous, right? As a word.
Yeah, exactly. Or somehow.
Somehow.
Maybe, I looked it up before. It was maybe due to some of the movies that become popular. The Memoirs of Geisha, like the video we reacted to before on Let's Ask Shogo. Yeah.
That was not in Kyoto, so.
No, probably. I don't know where that is, where it's based in. But the story is I never even probably watched it before because you can't watch it in Japan. Yeah, it's prohibited in Japan because there was just too many cultural issues with it. With the movie Memoirs of Geisha. Yeah. Okay. Exactly. It was, first of all, the heroine was not acted by a Japanese person. Yeah, there was too many inaccurate parts, so it was completely banned. You got too many criticism, and no companies in Japan wanted to handle the movie because they would be receiving all the criticism from Japanese people, so they banned it completely.
Okay.
So we can't watch it unless it's like, uploaded on YouTube. It's against the rules to upload movies and such, but unless it's there, we won't be able to watch it. So that's one of the reasons why. Yeah. And other than that, we were talking a little bit about how when you see a Maiko, for example, on the screen right now, you would see a Maiko, right? If you don't have the knowledge and understanding. But when a person who does know about everything, just by taking a look at a Maiko, you can actually understand how long they've been working as a Maiko, which level of training they've are in, and all that kind of stuff. Because their hair ornaments, their hairstyle, their makeup are all completely different depending on every season in their training. If there was 5 years of training as a Maiko, every year, sometimes every season are different. There's some certain hairstyles, you would know about this obviously. There's a certain hairstyle that you do like just for 1 month, was it? Right before you become a geiko, when you do the erikai. There's a certain really difficult hairstyle that you do for only a really short amount of time, though. Was it even shorter? It was probably even shorter, wasn't it? Yeah, like a week or so,
It's not fixed.
Yeah,
it's like 1 week or 2 weeks or 10 days, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's even shorter. That's right.
It's not a fixed number.
So it's really interesting. That's a good question that you can ask if you ever have a chance to see a Maiko.
Yeah.
Like you can ask them like, okay, your hair ornaments and your makeup, which with how many years of training have you been doing as a Maiko kind of thing? Yeah, like what year does it represent? Yeah, the kimonos are different as well. Which items that you add to the kimonos are all different as well. So yeah. So again, the lady, the Maiko-san that you see in the video, again, Kanayumi-san it's been only 2 months since she debuted. Yeah. So she basically has everything on. all the extra ornaments, the fashionable colors on the kimono, everything is still on her. And the idea is because they're still very young. They've only had like 1 or so year of training, so they're still very inexperienced and undertrained. So they want to try to make them look as fancy and cute and as possible with the decorations. And it's basically the message is like, please forgive me. I'm still not that experienced, but I have all these expensive things on, so I'll try to look as good as possible, kind of thing. Exactly. So
because geiko's ge means art, right? And so the first year of Maiko is the forest. Forest is correct?
Furthest.
Yeah. I think it's really different. Strange. Furthest from the geiko. I think geiko. Yeah. So they need everything on.
Yeah.
And red, all the red.
Yes.
Yeah, the brightness.
A lot of red. The red represents youth as well. Young women. Yeah, the red in Japanese traditional culture itself, it represents young women. Even in no theater, if items worn by the no actor, like the fans or parts of their shozoku, has red in it, it represents young women.
Oh,
that's right. Exactly.
Interesting.
Yes. And that means if you flip that over, that means if you're a grown-up woman, like say if you're married and such, you aren't allowed to have any red.
In no theater?
No. In all forms of traditional art in Japan. Yeah, that's the norm. I'm sure, of course, if you go really deep into each, forms of art, it's probably different, but that's the basic. Exactly. The whole point of, again, irikai, by the way, guys, it means to change the color of the kimono, but it means that you're changing from a maiko to a geiko. But changing from maiko to geiko is called changing your color. And the reason is because you won't have a red color anymore. As you guys might be able to see at the moment, the maiko have a distinctive red color on their, especially on the back of their collar. Yeah, and then even on the obiyage and all that kind of stuff too. But all this red will be gone if you become a geiko. So that's right. That's the reason why. Yeah, getting rid of the red means you're an adult now and you're fully trained. So that's the reason why they call it the changing of the color. Yeah, studying about and talking about Maiko are really interesting. There's just so many stories. Everything. Just like Asayama Ichiden-ryu that I train in. Yeah, or the traditional like the tea ceremony, Japanese traditional dancing that you do. Yeah, everything has meanings to it, which is really interesting. There's so many things that you can study about and ask questions about, and I can keep on talking, to be honest. One last thing though before we go that was really interesting. One of the other participants asked her, like, what are like the beauty aesthetics for Maikos? Like what are the beauty standards basically? How should you look like? How should you what should you weigh, kind of thing, And Kanemi-san's answer, it was really difficult to answer, right? Because she doesn't want to say, criticize anyone or anything. Yeah, but basically, one thing we need to understand is that the person who's responsible for raising these maikos is the mother of the house. In each city, again, the gokagai, which is the 5 flower districts, which are where the cities that the maiko and geikos exist. And each city has these different houses. Okay, and in each house, there's a mother. And the mother is the person who's responsible of taking care of their daughters, which are going to be future maikos or geikos. Yeah. So she's the one that decides, am I going to be raising this lady? Yeah. And so it's up to her. It's up to her preference. Yeah. Okay. Even if you're not like the most beautiful lady on the first sight, she might be able to see that, she's probably really good at communication. She might not have the beautiful face ever, but she has some good charm. Maybe, she smiles a lot. Maybe she's brave. She came to my okiya for the first time, but she is talking with me without feeling nervous. I'm sure she'll be able to do okay in front of other guests. It's up to that mother's instinct in her experience, to be able to see if this new daughter has a chance in the future or not. So on the other side, it means just because you look beautiful doesn't mean you'll be able to become a maiko. Because once you become a maiko, the mother has to pay for everything. She's gonna let her live inside her house basically, and she's now going to be her daughter. So the food, the kimono, the lessons, everything the mother has to take responsibility for. Yeah, that's the reason why these maiko have to work, because they need to earn the money that they've been paid for, Yeah, so it's a really, really risky business for the mothers.
True.
Basically, they have these random, young ladies, 15 years old, come into their house and say, I want to be a maiko, and they don't know anything about this world, they don't even speak the Kyoto traditional dialect. They don't have any training at all. Yeah. And of course, there's tons of people who quit. They, quit their trainings in between. Yeah, of course, that's it happens. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. It's okay to quit and change whatever you want to do in life. That's totally fine, I believe. Yeah. But with that said, it's really up to the mother's ability to be able to see if she can find and choose the right people. So that's another thing too. Yeah, that a lot of people don't understand. Yeah, it's really not up to each maiko. It's up to the mother. Yeah, so even if you look very, very beautiful, maybe if you ask 100 people, 100 people say that you look very, very pretty, that person might not be hired. Maybe if you have a bad attitude, it's more important to be able to put other people in front of you before yourselves, kind of thing. If you want to be an entertainer, you're not there to, kick people out of the way, kind of thing. So, but that is all up to, again, each mother's ideas. Yeah, some mothers might want to take more beautiful looking girls. Yeah, others might not. It's up to up to the mother. So there is no, what should I say, one size fits all kind of standard. Yeah, fits all kind of standard. So
each houses are different, and
each cities
are different too.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's varied. So
yeah, that's right. So there is no fixed beauty standard for the Maiko. That's right. So yeah, so the Kanemi-san that we met too was a very charming young lady. Yeah, that's right. She was very. One thing that I was thinking was she was very. What should I say? Brave. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the Maikos, of course, they have plenty of training. Yeah, they dedicate their lives to it, so they all are. But especially Kanemi-san, I felt. I couldn't feel any nervousness or anything, even though it's only been 2 months after her debut. She said she's already been in 250 stages. 200 to 300 stages after 2 months after debut. Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah, bad kids, we call them flowers. Yeah, so the Maikos, whenever they appear in a show or take part in a dinner party and such, they say it's a flower. They don't call it a job, they just call it a flower because the guests don't pay for the dinner parties either. The guests pay for the flowers. So it's called the hanadai, which means it's the flower fee, basically. Yeah, because if you say this is the dinner fee, it's a little bit too direct. So you want to call it the flower fee. So, we would like to have some flower fee today. And the Maikos, of course, they are the flowers of the party. So that's like the language, Kyoto language, culture, basically. But yeah. But anyways, with that said, it's been more than 30 minutes. I guess it's about time we can stop this episode for today. But anyways, guys, so yeah, we just wanted to say that if you ever have a chance to come to Kyoto, meeting Maikos again isn't that difficult, to be honest. Yeah. It's a bit pricey, of course. If you take a look at the website, you'll probably be able to see the price. It's a bit pricey, but it's definitely worth it. Yeah. Please understand that the price that you're going to be paying is the value. It's what's worth what these Maikos are dedicating their lives to, what they're dedicating is definitely worth the price. So that's right. So it'd be great if you ever have a chance, if this is like a special occasion, like a honeymoon or a celebration anniversary or something like that. Yeah, it'd be great if you can support the Maiko cities too, and also enjoy a once in a lifetime event, I think. So, all right. Anything you'd like to add at the end, honey?
No.
I think that's good.
That's
all right,
good.
Perfect. Then, guys, next week we'll probably get back to a normal episode, but just to try to support Kanemi-san and Miyagajo and Wabunka as much as possible, we want to also make a podcast talking about it too. Hope you guys enjoyed watching the video too.
That was amazing.
We might make a Let's Ask Shogo full video. We'll see. I don't know. We don't have time. We really don't have time to do anything recently, but I
really don't like saying I don't have time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're always saying we don't have time. But as we always promise you guys, we are always doing our best. Yeah, we are never lazy. We can promise you that. All right, then, guys, thank you so much for listening to today's episode 2. We'll talk to you again in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.